Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's Who Would Win. I had to reshoot this video because someone here was chewing up the house and making quite a bit of a mess of things. Still, well, I got her distracted for the time being. She's calmed down. I let her run around for about an hour, so she'll be a little more quiet. And this week is Bui versus Kenpachi Zaraki. Bui, the silent samurai X energy man from Team to Girl from Yu Yu Hakusho, and Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach. Now, a little brief on Zaraki. I'm using him currently, so I'm not going to be using. Don't know how his full extent, obviously, because he's currently not in service, and the series isn't done, and he hasn't, he died or anything like that. So we haven't seen truly what he's capable of after all that training. But we'll use what we know of him up until now. So that being said, let's start with Bui. Now, Bui's physical stats are a little hard to pin down because they say in the anime he's like 9 feet, but that's with the armor and comparison. People have done comparisons knowing the height of other characters compared to him. It's not correct. He's probably more like 7 feet with the armor, and I have him about 6'8" without it. Best estimate that I could find, and about 198 pounds, give or take. He's a very muscular, lean individual. That being said, his armor literally craters just from that arm gauntlet. So I'm guessing he probably weighs close to 1,000, maybe a ton with the armor on. And yet he moves extremely spry. We'll get into that in just a bit. So he's Bui's demeanor, he's generally a pretty calm individual, but a ruthless guy too. He's quick to finish a fight. But he harbors a very deep grudge and hatred of Toguro, Elder Toguro, who beat him. That's where he gets the blue scar on him. As well as the fact that if he's going up against an opponent who he's thinking might actually be stronger than him, he starts to kind of lose it a little bit, as he did with Hiei in the fight. When Hiei showed off that he was completely owning his ass, he's just like, nothing can be, I'm stronger. So there's that. But that being said, he's extremely powerful guy. Now, we got to get something out of the way right now with his energy. He's what's called a B class demon, and it class demon go from I think F to all the way up to S. S is the highest, F is the lowest. B, so basically he's a mid B ranked B class demon. So when I get to the energy aura, we got to understand where that comparison lies with Bleach characters, and I'll get to that when I get to his energy aura. But we'll start with just his physicality. Even with the armor on, he's actually deceptively fast. Like, he can split you in half with a giant axe like that. He's also extremely strong, capable of carrying, obviously I think a lot of it's due to his spiritual pressure, but he's also capable of carrying a massive axe around, along with a giant slab of a tournament tile, which was just like, it literally had to look like it weighed a couple 100 pounds. Combined with the axe, which probably weighs another 100 pounds easy, which he wields effortlessly, which he is composed of his energy. If he loses an axe, he can easily make another one. The axe can literally cut through most individuals of a lower class, something along those lines. Cuts through flesh, pretty standard, pretty straightforward. It can go up against things, however, that are stronger and therefore fail. Now, I would say that he's probably got the lifting strength easily about maybe 500 pounds to half a ton, probably easy, given the way that axe looks and how he easily lifts slabs. Then we have then we go into the energy aura. Now, his energy aura is basically when his armor is used for suppression, much like Zaraki's eye patch is. We don't know how much of his energy he's using when the battle armor's on, but when it's off, his battle aura takes effect. Now, his battle aura is literally an aura of energy, his own energy, and it can literally deflect attacks as strong as the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, which is probably an S rank. Is probably one of the strongest ranked techniques in that universe, and probably ranked pretty high in the Bleach universe as well. So it's capable of deflecting a Dragon of the Darkness Flame. He's also capable of destroying massive amounts of an arena. He's capable of using a cross deck, which is basically a homing technique. It homes in on individuals. He also doesn't use any more energy than he needs to defeat an opponent. Now, that being said, when talking about his energy aura, we got to talk about how it compares to Bleach. Because Bleach uses spiritual pressure. All of them use spiritual energy, even though you can make the argument Hollows maybe have more of a demonic nature to them. They still use spiritual energy. It's all spiritual. And spiritual energy exists in Yu Yu Hakusho, but so does demon energy and the sacred energy. We're not going into secret energy in this, however, so we'll just compare it to demon energy. Demon energy is probably comparable to spiritual energy. It's just a different variety of energy. Now, the question is Bui's aura even in the same league as say, Kenpachi spares over pressure? Well, my answer to that is yes. At least in the same ballpark that he could actually, fight Kenpachi. And the reason I say that is when you can, there's no like scale of what it's like for this, so I had to base it off what I've seen of energies doing, and I came to this conclusion: no lieutenant class character or below in Bleach who does not have Bankai. Let's be clear, who cannot use Bankai. They do not affect the area around them with their actual pressure. They really do not. None of them really have abilities that are drastically battleground changing. I think the strongest of captain or lieutenants that I can recall that didn't have Bankai would probably have been maybe Himawari, I think her name is, from Squad 5. Or maybe Rangiku from Squad 10. Other than that, in terms of pure destructive capabilities for a non-Bankai user, and even then, Ashka, her Hinako is just, it turns to ash and cuts things. Only Himawari, she's called, her name's Momo. Even her, she could cause fireballs. That's actually can be pretty destructive. And they showed it's actually pretty destructive when used in conjunction with other things. No one below a captain class, though, who doesn't have Bankai, is really capable of altering their surroundings or affecting the area around them with their power. Captain class individuals can do that, and Bui is capable of doing that with his power. So B class demons, I'm probably going to guess, at least in Bui's case, are very much captain level combatants, I'm going to say. So, that being said, Bui's been defeated. His Valor was absorbed at one point in his fight with Hiei. It's probably only as capable as Bui is. Bui's only probably got a certain amount of it, but it's probably extremely vast. So, yeah, Bui's not the strongest by any means, but surprisingly, he's the only member of that team to survive outside of El Daguro, who's now trapped in a demon tree for all eternity. But then let's move on to Kenpachi Zaraki. Kenpachi, he's actually got legit stats. He actually weighs probably about the same. He actually weighs roughly about the same. No, he weighs exactly the same as Bui is estimated to weigh. That's I think where I got the stat from, because they are almost roughly the exact same size, I'm guessing. Roughly 198 pounds, and he's literally a half inch shorter than Bui, I think. 6'7.5". He's an extremely violent fighter. He loves it. It's fun. He's passionate for fighting. But he's also highly perceptive. He can pick out an opponent's weak spot. He's easily capable of discerning, people's flaws in terms of personality. And he's not a psychological combatant, though, per se. Granted, the fact that he won't back down from any fight and just keeps going can mess up an opponent, like he did with Niratori, the 5th Espada. But he's where were we? Oh, that's right. Yeah. So he's despite his berserker-like nature, he's very intelligent. He's extremely intelligent. Actually, he's not a genius for anything. He's not like I can invent stuff. But when it comes to battle, you'll find very few who are as smart as him on the battlefield. Now that being said, and he's durable. Now when going to other things, he's durable enough to survive in a vacuum. He's literally had the crap kicked the hell out of him and kept going. He literally has a berserker nature where he'll just keep taking damage, getting cut, getting just short of a decapitation. You're probably not going to kill this guy in one cut. He can literally harden his body with spiritual energy to make it like an armor almost. Take someone with a high degree of spiritual energy just to cut him. He's a master swordsman. He's capable of doing high proficiency sword techniques just on the fly, quickly adapting to a situation. He's skilled hand-to-hand combat, which he doesn't use very often, but when he does use it, he's physically strong enough to really throw a boulder. Where did I get this, his strength rating from? Let's see. Well, okay, I didn't actually write down any feats with super, but he's strong enough to literally lift 3 guys over his shoulder with no sweat whatsoever. Cut through, granted this was with the Spears of Brother, cut through an entire building with one strike. Swing a guy even taller than him over his shoulder, no problem. What else has he done? He fought Yami, the 10-0 Espada, 10-0, whatever. And literally a guy the size of, I don't know, just a 3-story building, and literally got punched in the face. Hello, Domino wants to be a part of this now. Hello. Domino will be my mascot for a year. Say hello to the people, Domino. So, he's literally taken a shot from Yami and just kept ticking, no problem. He's highly durable, Stamina's off the charts. He can go for days without stopping. He does not know Shimpo flashed up, but or it's implied he doesn't know, but it's implied he may know it too. And now she's settling down. But he's extremely fast guy. He's kept up with a locomotive going like not near full speed, but he literally kept that pace with a locomotive. He is extremely fast. Now, he's also capable of manipulating his spiritual pressure. Now, let's get it out of the way right now. Kenpachi's spiritual energy is through the freaking roof. Even by captain standards, when he has his eye patch on, he's usually kind of stronger than the average captain by a bare minimum. And when he takes it off, he's a monster. He's a flat-out monster. He literally is like it's like Bui. It's a battle aura, more or less. Often taking the form of a skull that matches killing intent. He's literally capable of using it in shockwaves, even energy aura blasts. He's capable of creating a giant shockwave, almost like a freaking mushroom cloud when he just brings his sword down and cuts someone with his eye patch off. When using Kendo, it doubles his power. Let's see, what else do I have here? But that being said, after training with Unohana and the final arc we're in, he's capable of suppressing his energy. He can now float in midair, which he was not actually originally able to do. And we have not seen him take his eye patch off since. Which I actually have a theory about that relating to our last bit of information on him. Is that he is now known as Shikai. For the longest time, he didn't know his Shikai, his first form of his Zanpato. But now he does. It's Nozarashi, which I believe is translation to Weathered Warrior. At least that's how it goes on the wiki page. I could be wrong on that one. Which takes the form of a giant cutting axe, more or less, with a tassel on it. Now, we don't know if this actually has a legit ability or not, Nozarashi. All we know is it is literally capable. If I were to guess, its ability might be to just cut through anything. It literally cut through the vacuum of space. It literally cut a meteorite into nothing, which led the guy to create the meteorite to literally just call him a monster. Because he's like, there's nothing I can't cut. So it's a formidable weapon. And Kenpachi wielded it fairly easily, like scarily easily, with one hand. This thing literally twice the size of him. It's literally roughly about twice the size of him, meaning it comes in at roughly about, if I were to guess, that's about 13 foot 3 inches. I'm not looking at my page at the moment. 13 foot 3 inches with a blade that's roughly half that length, even larger than that. So it's big, and he wields it pretty easily. Now, I actually have a theory about what Nozarashi's power truly is, because he never took off his eye patch in that fight, ever. So I have a theory that it's possible. There's two ways to look at this. I'm not really going to go with either right now, but I mean for this scenario. But this is the little side tangent on what is possible. It's possible that, like Zaraki, because it's called Weather Warrior, its power is based on a spiritual pressure. All of it. Not just release, but all of it. So it's like a compressed version of his spiritual energy. And if you can compress his spiritual energy into that, that's a very powerful weapon. Or, like him, if he were to take his eye patch off while releasing it, or after he releases it, or if he releases it after he takes his eye patch off, it may have even more power to it beyond that. I think it's an expression, because every Zanpato is somewhat an expression of its user. So it's very possible that it is a expression of Kenpachi's abilities, and that's how it functions. Now, that's just speculation. We're just going on belief that he can use his eye patch and stuff like that for this fight. We'll see what happens in later chapters of this series. Now, the way this fight's going to break down, I think, is they're going to be in a tournament. That's how it's going to be. Somehow Team Takuro is fighting Team Zaraki. Or Team 11. Let's call it Team 11, because that's probably what it's going to be. And so right there, it's just like, okay, Zaraki versus Bui, even though, let's be clear, Zaraki would want to fight Toguro. And I'll save that for at the end. So the fight would break down. Kenpachi's probably going to break some, or actually, Bui's probably going to summon his axe. Professor's going to say something like, oh, that's a nice weapon you got there. I prefer mine, though. Kind of like I did. So, but it's like, and then they're going to charge. Bui's going to charge, and Kenpachi's going to charge right back, and it's just going to be a clash of blades for a while. Now, I actually think Bui maybe has the strength advantage over Zaraki in that regard, so because he deals with armor that heavy on a constant basis, and that spiritual demon energy doing that. But Zaraki's no slash. I think he's this more skilled swordsman, because he's not a swordsman. He's a samurai axeman, I guess. But no, they'll be going back and forth for a little bit. So he may, and I think he can actually cut Zaraki too. He's got enough power, I think, to cut Zaraki. Zaraki can probably push back in a cut, but Zaraki's just going to start saying, "Oh, freaking awesome," and then just keep going. But he's probably going to be a little taken back by that, but then just keep going. And Zaraki's eventually. Here's the thing about Zaraki. It's just how same way he did with Niratori in their fight is that he couldn't cut Notori's. I'm calling him Niratori. I could be mispronouncing that name, but he couldn't cut his hero, his armored skin, basically at first. However, he adapted eventually and got used to it, and eventually, cut through his armor. I have a feeling it's going to be the same situation with Bui and his axe. He's going to probably cut through the axe, kind of like he did with Niratori's weapon as well, and even maybe cut his armor a little bit, which will probably surprise the hell out of Bui. He's like, ugh. He's like, come at me again. And then we'll summon another axe, because he can do that. He can summon as many as he wants. Maybe he'll try to dual wheel him. We never saw him actually dual wheel him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he could dual wheel him. If he tries to duel him, it might be a little bit of a different fight, but Zaraki will still outmatch him in that stance. So, right there, Zaraki's eventually going to overcome Bui, because Zaraki's just that tenacious of a fighter, as opposed to Bui, who's tenacious, but has a bit more limitations, I think. At least in that regard. Then Bui's just like, it's like, come on, is that all you got? And it's like, come on, it's like, I'm not even going full force. And it's like, I'm sorry to insult you, Zaraki the swordsman. I'll remove my armor. I love, man, that's a reveal of, I mean, granted, I like him better with the armor on, but still, when we hear him talk with the armor on, that was badass. I like Bui as a character. He's a very brief character, minor character, but for that minor type of character, Bui rocked. And that fight was kick-ass. I like rewatching that fight a lot. That was a kick-ass fight they had. So Bui just like, and then he just goes like, you should know two things. I was saving this for someone else, and this is the highest compliment I get. Well, I'm honored. Well, la-di-da, I'm honored. Now shut up and fight. Most people wear armor to protect them. I'm the opposite. And then he reveals his energy aura, which is like, freaking great. And then he starts going. I have a feeling Kenpachi's going to maybe hit a bit. He probably will be able to hold his own against the energy aura, but I think he may actually have some problems with the energy aura. Or the battle aura, I should say. And then he's just like, and then, actually, he'll probably have a Ichigo moment. It's like, well, against you, I can fight with no restraints at all. I miss the older Zaraki English dub voice actor. The new guy's not bad, but I don't know why they got rid of the guy. Maybe it was from what I vaguely hear, it might have been like a conflict of pay, something along those lines. I don't know. I kind of hope it's not the case. I kind of hope it. I mean, I hope he didn't die, but I kind of hope it. I'd like to see him come back, is all I'm saying. So, then he takes off his energy, his eye patch, and his spiritual pressure just goes through the freaking roof. Bui's probably stunned by this. It's like, now let's go. And they'll probably clash again. This time, I have a feeling, Kenpachi's going to start overpowering Bui, and Bui's going to be shocked by this. So he's probably going to go all out. They're going to clash back and forth for a while. And you know what? Here's another thing. I don't know if Bui can summon a battle axe when he's out of his armor. If he can, that would be an interesting fight completely. That'd be totally cool. Battle axe, battle aura, Bui, make that happen. Oh, man, I remember the Yu Yu Hakusho cards, the card game. I played that for a while. I have some cards upstairs. I don't have any of the... I have one Bui card. I take that back. I do have one Bui card. It's him without his battle armor on. They're the one with our battle armor on just has him in one attack. It's called Cleave. No effect, just does 7,000 damage. That's something. I don't think there's a Bleach training card game. I mean, hell, there's a Naruto one. I think there's a One Piece one. So why isn't there a Bleach one? Make a Bleach one. I want to play as Zaraki or Ohara, damn it. Anyway, again, sidetracking. So they're going to go back and forth. Let's just say for the sake of this fight, to make it more fun, we can actually summon axes when he's in that state. And I think the next be more powerful in that state because he's going full out with his battle aura. So, a battle aura axe is going to be quite a handful to the point where Zaraki might actually have some trouble with that with a sword. So that's when he releases Nozarashi, and that's when the fight ends. Because as tough as Bui is, as tough as we see him, he blocked a dragon of the darkness flame. He did all that. Kenpachi cut through space itself and through a meteorite. I don't think his... Now, granted, I do think it's going to be a clash effect where he releases them and they're literally going to be like... You see that electricity going, they're overpowering, and then Zaraki just does that final... And then maybe just goes an extra hand and just cuts Bui down. Just cuts him in half. So, and that's when you're like, that was freaking awesome. Thanks for the fight. Kind of like you did with Nuratori. And she's like, you're right on. and then he just walks away. And I think all the fighters on the Team Taguro would be like, holy crap. And and here's the thing. I think Zaraki, and that's where I was going to come to the point later on with Elder Taguro. Also, Zaraki, here's another thing about their personalities. Bui will start to lose it if he's up against someone who might actually be stronger than him, is going to beat him, who's not even Taguro, like he did with Hiei. Zaraki don't care. Zaraki loves it when you're a strong opponent. So he's just gonna have more fun. Bui's just gonna be like getting more and more upset. Again, very much like Nuratori did. There's a superiority complex there. Now, do I think can Bui win at any point in this fight? It would have to be an early victory. That's the only way I see Bui possibly winning. If it's a long, drawn victory, Bui's going to lose. Bui's going to bleed. The only way Bui kind of wins is if he gets to make an early cut on Zaraki with his axe, and like an early vital hit, like, say, the neck. Other than that, I mean, it's not impossible for Bui to win, but I just don't see him really beating Zaraki at all very much, with the exception of like an early win victory. And then he's like, yeah, man, I'll take Taguro on next. And I think he could probably take Taguro too. In fact, I think he could probably fight on par with an S-class demon. Zaraki is considered one of the strongest captains in the Bleach series, and probably among the strongest characters in the Bleach series, for just sheer power alone. So, yeah, I do think that Zaraki could even take on S-Class teams. Now, could he beat the S-Class teams? That's a different story entirely, especially with some of the abilities we saw, like Makaro dish out and Yomi dish out. We never saw Ryzen at his peak, so it was implied that he was the strongest of them all. Or, Yusuke or Sensui, those S-Class demons, I mean, yeah. It'd be interesting to see him fight against this. Hell, maybe I'll do a fight on that at one point, but till then, I'm saying not impossible, but I'm going to say it's a 95 out of 100% Kenpachi for that. Kenpachi's winning about 95% of this time. With a 5% probability rate that, we could maybe pull out a victory. So that's my thought on that. I like these characters. I really wish I could do more than just talk about it. I wish I could, had editing skills and software to actually, make it so it's not just me talking. I wish I could do it like Death Battle does, where it's like a little animated sprites and they fight. I wish I could do that. I wish I had the skills to do that and the tech to do that. I have neither of those, unfortunately. So thanks for all of you who will just watch me talk about this stuff. I really appreciate it. I do. Trust me. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put it in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. This week will be Pan. I'll be catching that Saturday because the only showing tomorrow is at 6 o'clock 3D XD, and I don't want to sit through that because I'd have to take off work, and I'm hurting for hours as it is. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.